In the old city of Babylon lived two star-struck lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe. They were next-door neighbors and communicated through a small crack in the wall that separated the two homes because of a long feud their parents held against each other. They would share their love and dreams and long to be with one another, till one fateful night where they would make a plan to sneak out and meet in secret.
Thisbe, my love, how I long to be with you. Pyramus, my love longs for you, but our parents keep us apart. If only we could be together, Thisbe. We must find a way, though, Pyramus. Let's make a plan for our escape into the woods so we can be with each other for the rest of our lives. Escape at midnight tonight and meet at the red building across the street. I think that plan could be too dangerous, though, Pyramus. There's too many people around that building every time at night. And if we get caught, then our parents will move away from each other and we'll never be able to see each other again. What if we went to that mulberry tree in the back of the park? That's a good plan, Thisbe. I'll meet you there at midnight.
Later that night, Pyramus had to get prepared. I need this to protect Thisbe. Meanwhile, at the mulberry tree, Thisbe was waiting for Pyramus.
Oh no, where's Pyramus? I hope he's safe. Wait, is that a tiger? Oh, I gotta hide.
Oh, Thisbe, my love. I've come to be with you forever. Where are you? No. Is Thisbe dead? I can't bear to be without her. Oh, see if Pyramus is okay.
Oh no, Pyramus, my love. What have you done? To yourself?
I love you.
No, Pyramus, you poor old boy. You killed yourself because you thought I died, and I shall kill myself too.
The task. The task that both Pyramus and Thisbe collectively want to fulfill is to escape from their family's disapproval of one another and gain freedom by being in a relationship with each other. Pyramus and Thisbe try to fulfill this task by meeting each other at the mulberry tree. But as we know, they will never be able to meet each other at the mulberry tree because they both killed themselves for each other. At the end of the story, they eventually reach their task of being together because they are both buried in the same tomb. Star-crossed lovers. Pyramus and Thisbe's parents both disapprove of their relationship and their feelings towards each other. Getting disapproval from both their parents forces them to express their feelings towards each other by secretly talking to one another through the crack in the wall. Their secret relationship tragically comes to an end when Pyramus kills himself when he thinks that Thisbe was killed by the lion. When Thisbe finds out of her lover's death, she ends herself too because she could not stand living without her soulmate by her side. As Pyramus kills himself using his own sword, he bleeds out onto the white mulberries beneath him and ends up dyeing the sweet fruit red, the same color as his blood. This shows us how his unknowing sacrifice would ultimately bond the two lovers together and grant them their wish for the rest of eternity as they are buried together. The red blood also symbolizes how his passion and emotions were so strong for Thisbe that he would be willing to give up his life just because he couldn't bear living without her. Romeo and Juliet. Many similarities can be seen in both stories. For example, the two couples were never able to end up together because their parents despised each other. Another similarity between the stories is that the two lovers both kill themselves in both stories. Romeo kills himself because he cannot live without Juliet, just like how Pyramus cannot live without Thisbe. Even with all the similarities between both stories, Pyramus and Thisbe was written 100 years before Romeo and Juliet. The human behavior that can be seen in the story is the desire, emotion, and motivation that both Pyramus and Thisbe felt for each other. The two collectively felt the desire to be with one another and free from their parents' disapproval. They had felt a fury of emotions after learning the other had died. Lastly, the motivation they had to be free from their parents and start their own lives with each other.